Hello, what's going on, guys? Esco here. Welcome back to Divinity Original Sin. We're continuing off straight after we defeated Trumptoy and got into this room. I guess I forgot to loot this pile. So one thing that I did was... nope, wrong. Take, which is it? The Heart of the Tyrant. This is part of the Brachus Rex armor. Yeah, so the Red Prince holds all of this armor. And reorganize the items a little bit. Oops, sorry. So that basically Sebio has a little bit leeway on what to do. One thing that I initially want to focus on is these two items, which is the Supernova skill book, which I don't know if I need I don't know if I need it, but this thing, the Pershing wand. This is the one that will help us get past the Shriekers. It's only got 4 uses, but that's more than enough.
Look at that wand. It hums with inner source.
Yep, there we go. So, let's see, equipment. I think maybe we immediately want to use it. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, I will just hold. So I don't accidentally do something to it. Where are you? Man, my inventory is so disorganized. Holding hand. There we go. So put it here for it to be used. Okay, now onto the soul jars.
The jar on the plinth before you seems ancient, but is in surprisingly good condition. It's covered in pictograms that you can't understand, but you're sure you just saw one of them move. The pictograms spin to life, and you're dragged into a dream. You see the lizards of the ancient empire turning their backs on you, casting you out into the wilderness. As you roam, the human apes turn away from you, all but one. One smiles, one opens his arms, one says he'll take you home. Brachus Rex.
Okay.
He promises power for a price. He picks off your golden scales, one by one, stripping you down to the bone. He promised you a crown, but all you got was shackles. You try to fight, try to reclaim what's yours, but a woman takes you by the hand and leads you to a tower. He promised he'd take me home, you cry. You are home, she smiles as she seals the door. This is where you belong.
Yeah.
Your hand drops away from the soul jar, your skin prickling. In the back of your mind, you hear a small, scared voice whimper before fading to nothing.
Yep, so absorb the soul inside. Didn't know I can do that, but I want to take the jar.
Lucky find.
Okay.
The long-dead lizard's visions fade.
Ought to be forgiven. No. Brachus Rex does not need to be forgiven.
I can't help but sympathize with him. He just wanted to go home.
One can't help but have a bit of sympathy. Who wouldn't want to return to their home?
Yeah.
What he did shames his people.
Yeah. So these soul jars are basically captives of Brachus Rex. So these are undead, similar like Lord Withermore was. As you remember, we broke his jar, and also like Trumptoy over here, which we broke in the previous episode. So these guys, Sex Zapor, Gratiana, Necromancer, Gavik, and Tamsin? Yeah, so all of these are prisoners. No, not that.
The soul jar stands on its plinth, glowing softly. From within, you can almost hear the whisper of a voice.
And we'll find all of these prisoners eventually.
You see, or rather, you feel a far-off land. Frozen breath hangs in the air, pine needles brush your cheeks, and in your arms you can feel a weight. A body, dead. But you have hope.
Excuse me 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay.
Your vision swims. You're older, but perhaps not wiser. You march at the head of a shambling host, the enemies of Brachus Rex melting before you.
Ooh, you're a
The scene
powerful
twists
one.
again. Now Brachus stands before you, a beautiful woman at his side. You lash out in treasonous rage, but cold arms bind you. You're sealed away in a tower. Your screams fill the darkness. You feel a jolt and open your eyes to see the soul jar before you, lying still in the vault. Your hand falls from the jar and grips the pillar as you try to calm your ragged breathing.
Slip the jar.
Good find.
Oh, so they're going to comment on
The
everything.
necromancer's memories fade to black, but the feelings remain.
Yeah, punishment must fit the crime.
They may
yeah.
have been a necromancer, but they did not feel evil. Misguided, perhaps.
No one deserves the fear and pain I felt in that vision. Not even a necromancer.
So the entire party feels looks at the visions. Oh,
One must wonder how many more lives they took. How much misery the scum caused.
yeah. So all of basically these three, so the three necromancers are all trapped in the same tower, which I cannot view right now. But I will visit that eventually.
This jar glitters and glows. From within you think you can make out the distant sound of laughter. With a jerk, your mind is pulled to a scene in a tavern. You see a dwarf in the center of the room, joking us all around roar with laughter. All bar the zombies, who are slavishly serving food and drink.
A jolly necromancer. Okay.
The door opens, and a tall, beautiful woman stalks into the room. She's flanked by heavily armed guards. You can't make out her words, but see the fear in the dwarf's eyes. The dwarf mutters a word, and the undead lurch towards the intruder, but are cut down like wheat. The dwarf tries to run, pushing her friends into the woman's path, but is grabbed before she can escape. As she's dragged away to a tower, you hear her cursing Brachus Rex and his whore. Even when she's thrown inside and the door sealed, you can still hear her shouts. You pull your hand away from the jar, your head swimming. You can feel the dwarf's cold terror still twisting in your gut.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh.
The vision fades.
Any sins can be
She
forgiven.
must have been acting against Brachus Rex for him to have come for her like that.
Honestly, making the dead do menial work sounds kinder than having the living do it.
Being locked in a tower was more kindness than any necromancer deserves.
Okay, so they all have different opinions for each of the necromancers. So, I think the whore about Brachus Rex is Gratiana, which is the woman that is inside the hideout.
The jar before you may have looked opulent once, but no longer. Now it's covered in grime, its paint chipped away, and its jewels long stolen. The soul jar rocks slightly, light flashing from underneath its lid. On its rim, you can just barely make out the name Gratiana.
Okay. One thing that I want to try. Sorry. Game. I wanted to... Close-up dialogue. I wanted to enable this.
As soon as you touch the jar's cracked surface, you see a vision of splendor, silks, fine food, and decadent lechery. But underneath it all lies bone and blood. The vision shifts. You see burning villages, slaughtered women and children. You see her, purging wand in hand, standing amongst it all. She throws her head back and laughter echoes in your skull.
Yeah. Gratiana was a
A
bitch.
shadow falls across her, and you see a large, weeping face. She reaches out as if to comfort, but Brachus drags her back. You see her fall into the mire of the swamp, trapped.
Or no.
As you pull your hand away, you can feel a deep, longing sadness in your soul. Is it regret?
Yeah.
Or just sadness for a life that used to be?
Yeah, so she did a lot of bad things for Brachus, I believe, but then he just betrayed her as well.
Good find.
The terrible vision fades.
Yeah, I think she can always redeem
Gratiana's
herself.
life was selfish and hedonistic. No mercy.
Oh, Okay.
Whatever a person may have done in life, they can always be redeemed.
Yeah.
However her life began, it ended well. No one should be damned because of their youth.
Yep. And
The
Sekzapor.
soul jar rests between two fallen columns, emanating a faint odor of seaweed and timber.
Pry the jar
When you
free.
touch the glass, your vision wavers. You emerge on the prow of a fine ship. Your armor pulses with enchantment, dominating those who draw near. Your flag flies for Brachus Rex, a tyrant who traded for your soul. With his power, your flesh and blood is no longer relevant. The vision fades as the soul thrashes, trying to sever your connection.
The light is where this soul belongs.
To be soulless is a horrible, empty fate. You seek out Brachus's vault, but the moment you reach the soul jar, he ensnares you.
What?
Thus imprisoned, you can only dream about what is out of reach. Your soul and that alluring armor. The
Okay.
vision shatters as the soul squirms away from you, curling up in the bottom of the jar. The soul jar pulses with trapped life force.
Oh, lucky find.
So they don't have anything to comment about the captain. I will fight the captain later on, but this is another story bit over here. Shrine to the Seven.
The deity's head and hands are missing, severed as if by a sword. You can't tell if this was meant to be symbolic somehow, or a mere act of vandalism. As you take in its chiseled details, you have a vision. The statue comes to life and embraces you awkwardly with its broken arms. Unable to resist, you're flown away into an endless dark.
And this is where the story develops, I believe. Yep.
That shrine seems to have brought me here. What is this place?
Seeing spirits. Ability to see spirits. Yep. I am now able to see spirits and will be able to talk to gods.
Amid the soundless air of this alien world, you see a wraith-like elf standing tall. He eyes you imperiously.
Tircendelius is the god for the elves.
So, you have found me. She who I plucked from the water as she sank and drowned, who I tossed unto the shore with seaweed in her hair, salt and sand upon her skin. Sabine, the scarred one, the woman bearing the mark of infamy, kneel before me, slave.
So the thing is, you must kneel before him. You'll see. I will refuse him. Nah.
Before no man, ha! But before a god, I am Tircendelius, most magnificent of the seven, and you will kneel before me.
Yeah, okay.
Good girl.
He is an asshole.
You must learn your place after all, Sabine. I am your god, and I will have your worship. I have you on your knees. Now, crawl to me and kiss my feet.
I will not do that. I will not do it even if he is a
You
god.
suddenly feel a claw-like energy pushing you down. 5 unseen talons splayed over the crown of your head. As it slowly forces you to the ground, you know you cannot resist.
We have seen what your limits really mean. Don't you keep defying me, Sabine. Kiss my feet.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Is this all you are good for? To be a slave who does what she is bid? To grovel at my feet with your face in the dirt? For shame! How dare you!
You said to do that.
Do you not realize what you are? GODWOKEN!
And there we go. We are GODWOKEN.
Yes, to open those eyes of yours, for their lids are heavy with the shackles of servitude. Slavery, Submission. It is in your blood.
His words sting like daggers. But then, quite unexpectedly, his stern countenance softens, and an air of melancholy crumbles his bastion-like facade.
Then again, submission. Maybe it's in my blood as well. God is but a word. A god's worth is defined by power. And what have I left of true power? Nothing. I submitted them all. All 7 of us did. Allowed them to be stolen by a man named Lucian.
Okay.
He took them. He kept them. But now, the usurper is dead. And the power of 7 gods lies free for the taking.
See, he's been... Nah.
The world is without gods. It is a fat-bellied beast, blind and tethered, ripe for void-woken teeth. The world is without gods, but it is in need of one. One. And all I have to show for is you.
So he's saying that you should become a god?
His features harden once more, and his eyes fill with contempt as he takes a step closer.
Sabeel, the scarred one.
Another step.
Get to the point.
Slave.
And another. He is almost upon you now, uncomfortably close, his breath clammy like a humid mist.
You feel unclean. You've had enough.
The needle pierces Tierce Endelius's gossamer flesh. A heartbeat strong as a quake reverberates through the metal and into your hand, arm, chest.
Ooh.
A power pulses, pulses,
Ooh.
pulses,
Yeah.
and explodes within your soul.
Yes, I got a new source ability. Bless.
All goes black for the briefest of moments, but when you come to, you see your own name grafted into your skin. Gilded letters in an ancient alphabet.
Okay.
Slave. Accursed the word. Nevermore will you be such a thing. I give you your name back. I give you yourself back. You are my champion. You are my chosen one.
So he frees us.
As such I have named you. As such I have blessed you. And now yours is the power to bless in turn. I blessed the very water beneath your feet. Now you may wield that power for yourself. A first taste of things to come. For this is only the beginning. From
Nice.
here on out, there are 2 things that await you. Death and divinity.
Roll creds.
Yours will be the choice. Death or divinity. Now you must go back to your world, my chosen one, and make your escape from the piece of rock they landed you on.
Okay.
Before I let you go, however, there is one more matter we must touch upon. You are traveling with company, yes?
Yeah.
No, not friends, rivals.
So...
They are God-woken too, and may be courted by the lesser 6, but you will be a god, none other. Smile at your fellow wanderers, but ready your knife, for its time will come.
So he's basically telling you that eventually you will need to kill your friends, I guess. I don't know what happens afterwards. So the first part, so the fourth joy is the only thing that I know what happens in.
Oh, and Losa. Lovely little Losa. Just kill her now and be done with it.
Nah, I won't do that.
With that, I bid you goodbye, Sabeel. Goodbye. We will meet again, anon.
So, do the other characters have Bless? Because they should be Godwoken. Yes, everyone has Bless. I did not expect that. So I thought that every character would have their story. Yeah, this is the lever. But now we can cure the little piggies. And this area is fully explored. Why am I doing this? Waypoint, Somalia Sanctuary. Let's talk to Gratiana.
Blessed Mother, bringer of magic. And? Have you found them? Did you bring the soul jars?
Yes. Pull the jar you
She
found.
stops dead as you pull the jar out of your backpack. Her voice trembles as she speaks.
You entered the vault. Please, give that to me. Give it to me now.
Why is this
It matters
yours?
not. All that matters is that you give it to me.
No, I don't want to drop it to the ground.
She reaches greedily for the jar, tearing the cap off. You see a green glowing light emerge from the jar, enveloping Gratiana.
By Armadia, I feel wet. Oh goddess, I can feel your tears upon my face. I suppose you deserve to know. Before
Yep.
I knew Armadia's grace, I was a very different person. I was the concubine of Brachus Rex.
Yep.
But more than his lover, I was his partner. I discovered his power to feed on the source of others, and I allowed it to... No, I made it happen. As his strength grew, so too did mine. There is nothing you cannot do when you sit on the lap of a powerful king. And I did it all. But power changes a man, as he changes his nation. Brachus grew paranoid, angry, murderous. I gave him more and more, trying to win him back to me. I offered him the source of whole villages. He devoured them and demanded more. The lands outside were once green and beautiful, until I came. Until I turned them over to him. Now all's poison, and the dead are restless.
Yeah, she seems to be making up for them.
Armadia is merciful in her love. I found this shrine while hunting a band of wizards. I found the goddess weeping for her children, and I wept too.
She pauses for a moment. If she had eyes, you're sure she'd be wiping them.
Through Armadia, I saw my sins, and I could bear it no longer. I threw myself from the cliff at the entrance. I tried to rid the world of my evil, but Brachus would not allow it. He brought me back from the Hall of Echoes, locked my soul away, and demanded my obedience. Even in death, he commanded me. Only when 2 source hunters ended his curse was I free. Since then, I have returned here and spent centuries trying to heal the pain I've caused. And now...
She drops the now empty soul jar to the ground, smashing it to pieces with her foot.
You have my thanks, sister.
Yeah,
She
okay.
starts to speak, but chokes back a sob instead.
Thank you. I can't... I've never known such kindness. Thank you for everything. May you walk forever in Armadia's grace.
Okay. You're welcome. Hell yeah, summoning. I need +2 strength.
Did you see him? Gareth's back. He's here to take us home.
This is not too good, but +1 summoning is really good. God damn it. Yeah, I'll take this just in case.
It's peaceful here, but I'll not be sorry to see the back of these swamps.
We appreciate your hospitality, esteemed Gratiana.
My eternal thanks, friend. This
Let's
is
see.
a debt I can never repay.
No, hold on. Don't know. What? Only 2 items?
Did you see? Gareth's back. He's here to take us home.
Hold on. Did I not do anything for it to be...
Blessed Armada,
Divine blessings.
grant these
It's good to
soldiers
see
your
Gareth safe
protection.
and sound.
I pray you will strengthen their spells and set their blades.
Okay,
as lead.
sorry. I will need to sell all of the stuff and be right
Bless
back.
their armor, so no curse
See you in a
shall
bit.
pass.
Okay, so did some shopping and sold some items, and now let us continue on into the Vault of Brachus Rex. First things first, let us destroy this Shrieker, so you see what happens. Oh, hold on. I cannot equip it? Shoot, I need to have it outside, I guess. Come on. I put it here. There we go. So, I got Perch. So this is how you kill Shriekers. You take their soul. Shrieker is gone. Okay. And he has nothing to loot. Stardust Herb is pretty nice. Let's read this. Stone Skin Potion. I said that I wanted to loot these, and now I can finally do that. And let's talk to her.
Keep moving, friend. I have magisters to kill.
Sure. Hey, fire arrow, 130. Sorry. Okay, you do you. Wait, this is... I accidentally equipped it on Losa. Never mind. Oh, come on. So let us explore the Vault of Brachus Rex. Or... I don't know what this is. Armory, vault, something. So, one thing that I need to do. Now that I have the Bless skill, I can... sure, let's remove the poison one. Let's try and bless this dude. See if I can cure him.
The Magister looks up as you approach.
Change your mind?
The Magister groans in pain as you walk away.
Sorry, dude. I guess you cannot be saved. I shall put you out of your misery. Decent amount of experience. Shoot. Okay, so let's fill up on source. And bless this. Fill up on source again. Decrepit.
Knowing the reputation of Brachus Rex, we should tread gingerly. What is this
Okay.
contraption?
Enraged skill book. Ho ho ho, nice. Shrine of Brachus Rex.
Before you stands an ancient shrine, runes carved deep into its rock. The runes are in no language you understand or recognize. The shrine seems completely inert. You feel the source inside you swell up, filling your chest, yearning to be free.
Okay, calling the source.
Your power flows from your chest and into your hands, green tendrils of power slithering from your fingertips across the shrine. The shrine starts to vibrate and glow, slabs of stone gliding across each other as it begins to open.
Okay.
Good find.
Do I have the full set now? Okay, Sibyl leveled up. Nice. Artifacts of the Tyrant. I think I need one more piece of gear, and I will be able to find it. Ah, good. Okay, so I think I'll end the episode here. Basically, I got most of the stuff that I needed, that I wanted to do in this episode. So thanks so much for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye!